Welcome back to This Day in Scottish History. I'm your host, Colin Macdonald. Today, we venture back to January 11th, 1815, to celebrate the birth of one of Scotland's most influential sons, Sir John A. Macdonald, who became the first Prime Minister of Canada and a key architect of Canadian Confederation. Born in the bustling city of Glasgow, Macdonald's early years were shaped by a blend of Scottish industriousness and a sense of adventure that would later define his political career. His family emigrated to Upper Canada, now Ontario, when he was just 5 years old, settling first in Kingston. This move marked the beginning of a life that would intertwine the legacy of Scotland with the burgeoning identity of Canada. Macdonald's legal career began in Kingston, where he quickly made a name for himself as a skilled lawyer. His natural charisma and knack for negotiation drew him into politics. By 1844, he had entered the Canadian Parliament, beginning a political career that would span nearly 5 decades. A staunch advocate for unity, Macdonald played a pivotal role in guiding Canada through its formative years. In 1864, he helped establish the Great Coalition, an alliance aimed at resolving the deep divisions among Canada's provinces and territories. This coalition laid the groundwork for the historic Charlottetown Conference, where the vision of a united Canada first took shape. On July 1st, 1867, Macdonald's vision came to fruition with the Confederation of Canada, uniting Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, and Nova Scotia into a single dominion under the British Crown. Macdonald was sworn in as Canada's first Prime Minister, a position he held for most of the next 2 decades. His achievements as Prime Minister were significant. He oversaw the expansion of Canada through the addition of new provinces and territories, helping to shape the country's modern borders. His vision of a transcontinental nation was realised with the completion of the Canadian Pacific Railway in 1885, a feat that connected the vast country from coast to coast. While Macdonald's contributions to Canada are monumental, his legacy is not without controversy. His policies towards Indigenous peoples, including the establishment of the residential school system, have been widely criticised for their devastating impact. Modern evaluations of his life and leadership attempt to reconcile his pivotal role in Canada's formation with the harm caused by some of his policies. Despite his political career being centred in Canada, Macdonald remained proud of his Scottish heritage. He often spoke of his early life in Glasgow, attributing much of his tenacity and wit to his Scottish upbringing. This connection between his homeland and adopted country is emblematic of the Scottish diaspora's influence around the globe. Today, Macdonald is remembered as a central figure in Canadian history, his image appearing on Canadian currency and statues in cities across the nation. However, his legacy continues to prompt discussions about leadership, responsibility, and reconciliation. As we reflect on his life, we see a man who embodied the complexities of nation building, an innovator and visionary, yet a product of his time. His story reminds us of the enduring ties between Scotland and Canada, two nations united by history, culture, and a shared love of progress. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. Tune in tomorrow for another fascinating episode of This Day in Scottish History. I'm Colin Macdonald. Haste ye back.